or something like that.
You're on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the planning board public hearing. This public hearing will come to order. The Lyman Planning Board is holding a public hearing and will review the application of Dan Cook, Salem Capital Group, 301 Middle Road, map 4, lot 43-14, reopen gas station convenience store at 301 Middle. This is a public proceeding, and unless the board specifically votes to go into executive session, you have the right to hear everything that is being said and to look at the exhibits being offered. Please notify the chair if you are having difficulty seeing or hearing the presentation. This hearing is being digitally recorded and broadcast on YouTube. All persons speaking will be asked to first state their name and address or affiliation. All questions or comments will be directed to and through the board chair. It is required that you sign in the sheet to document your attendance at this hearing. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. Mr. Cook, would you speak to the...
Mr. Daniel Carlton Crook. How's that sound? Does that work?
Wonderful. Explain to the masses present what you are planning to do.
So we're trying to open up that store up there, Sonny's old store. So basically, I apologize because I know I missed one, but the second one I had for this date, so I missed, and I apologize for that. The site plan. So basically, we're just going to open up the same way it is. We got all the abutters, things that you guys needed. So basically, that's what we're doing. We're going to open it up. It's interesting that I get 4 people local that have already applied for jobs. And I haven't even put it out there that I own the thing, or, because I'm going to get through this first before I do anything else.
Mhm.
So what did I miss and what did I forget? Is the question.
Okay, there were a number of things that we were looking for. You did, where'd my site plan go? We didn't get the site plan, but there's a number of things. Okay, there's no tax catch basins there.
So,
Go ahead.
These were the notes
so
from the
what we
sidewalk.
want to do right here.
Thank
is
you.
Just have public input and then that's it. So that other stuff should be in the regular meeting.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Do we have any public input?
The only thing I can say is.
Your name, please?
Red Thurston, 384 Old North Berwick Road, butter.
Yep.
I just really hope the store opens again because it's so convenient and having to run so many different directions just to get something real quick. That store was really nice when it was open before.
So no queries, concerns, complaints?
None at all. Never had any before. It was always fine. There was never any problems with that store being there.
Okay. Any other comments? Rebecca, did we get any inquiries, emails, phone calls, questions,
Nothing.
concerns?
No, nothing.
Okay, not necessarily a bad thing at all. No other comments.
Awesome.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Have a motion to close the public hearing.
Second?
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
All right.
All opposed? Done. Closed at 5:37.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Well,
And
that's not it.
no one of a lady over here.
We're not done.
That's
That's
very
not
cool. That
fine.
helps me so much so I can move forward.
That's just a
And-
public hearing. Now we gotta have,
We gotta go over some other stuff now in the regular meeting.
Okay, also, we're not done yet.
nope.
Okay,
I
okay,
got another little piece of paper I gotta read.
okay.
We're away.
So you can have a seat if you want, or you can.
I can stand there. I like standing.
Okay, welcome. Where's my cheat sheet? I was looking for today's minutes. I had them here a second ago.
It's a different color.
I know. And when I had everything nice and neatly in order, I unordered it.
Hook on the front of the table?
Not there, that was, nope.
You can have mine.
Not the same thing.
part of it.
Nope, that's not it. You got yours sealed in your
I don't have, you talking about the
minute, the,
introduction sheet?
nope, blue one.
Hands like feet.
Oh,
I don't know what happened.
there.
Welcome to the
Because I'm
September 4th, 2024 meeting of the Lyman Planning Board. This meeting will come to order. This is a public proceeding, and unless the board specifically votes to go into executive session, you have the right to hear everything that is being said and to look into all exhibits that are offered. If the board votes to go into executive session, the reason shall be stated. Please notify the board chair if you are having difficulty seeing or hearing. This meeting is being digitally recorded and broadcast on YouTube. In each instance, the burden is upon the applicant to demonstrate the compliance with the provisions of the applicable ordinance or ordinances. After the vote, after the board votes, the merits of each project will be prepared in a written opinion and will be forwarded within 7 days. The board works from a prepared agenda and will be considering this meeting's items in the following order. First off will be a roll call. Second will be meeting for Mr. Dan Cooks in Capital Group, 301 Middle Road, map 4, lot 43-4, reopen gas station and convenience store at 301 Middle. Set the agenda for the meeting for September 18th, 2024. CEO updates, and one added, we will be doing the election for planning board officers. Then we will review and approve the minutes, then go over old business. Could I all ask you to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And long may she wave.
Okay, could we get a roll call?
William Single, 8 Single Lane.
Our newest permanent voting member.
Yay, Bill.
Been a long road.
Kelly Demers, 10
I'm
Partridge
surprised.
Way.
I'm surprised you took it, man. I'm like, I don't know.
Cecilia Dupuy, 53 Chapel Shores Road.
Kevin Bear, 64 Bugging Pond Road.
Okay, all voting members are present. Wonderful. Mr. Cook, how you doing?
You got Crook or you got Cook? What do you
I
got?
have, I actually have Crook. Is it Crook? or Cook?
Yeah, it's Crook.
It is
Yeah.
Crook.
So I made a mistake.
My apologies.
You made a mistake.
And he admits to it.
Yeah. My father was an accountant. The only crook in the book back in the day.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm
Mr.
single
Velia,
man.
you sounded like you had something that you wanted to say that was for Mr. Singleton correctly brought, that we should have that in the meeting, not the public hearing. He's looking. All right, going over. Got a waiver of the site plan. Total floor plan ground coverage was not applicable. Type, size, location of incinerators was not applicable. Then we had to be determined was location number 9. Location, type, site of all existing and proposed catch basins, storm drains, facilities, wetland streams, water courses, as well as all utilities both above and below ground. Okay, the utilities are on the survey that we have, which is the septic and the well.
And all the fuel storage is in those above ground tanks. There's no underground tanks.
Correct. Yeah. So we were deciding if we even sell gas. Was the question. But
There's the well.
yeah, we haven't made that decision 100%
Because they had the pump
until we
caps.
figure out where we're at. You know, before I borrow money and do the whole thing. You know, want to make sure everything lined up. You know what I mean? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we had location, type, size, well, curbs, sidewalks, driveways, fences, retaining walls, parking spaces, etc., and layout thereof together with dimensions. We do not have sidewalk, driveways, retaining walls, parking spaces is one of the things we're going to need on your survey.
I put that on one of these buggers. Parking spaces. I put in the folks that are, I wrote in the names of the people that have changed.
Yeah.
From the butters. So I wrote them in, plus I left that there. the parking spaces here, I think what I'm gonna have to do is just put 2 parking spaces for, handicap. I think that's a good thing, right?
Right, you're gonna need
It's
park,
required.
right, and-
Required, yeah. Well, it wasn't required prior.
Well, I don't know. what it is.
Now it is, I understand it.
It's in
I'm
the
not-
ordinance.
yeah, I
Rebecca,
understand.
if I'm not mistaken, number of handicap parking spaces is subject to is based on a percentage of the overall number of parking spaces laid out?
It's in the ordinance, I have to look it up, the parking spaces in the ordinance to see what that falls.
Right, so you'll need to coordinate with Rebecca, so let's say it's,
And it needs to be on the plan.
right, it's gonna need to be labeled out where they are. A lot of times, if you go back to the surveyor, he could probably zoom in on this and just go, okay, here, because they need the width of them so many feet wide, so long, to make sure that it is in compliance with the ordinance.
Mhm.
Should be fairly easy, fairly simple. Usually, they may even already have it pre-planned
So
out.
pre-existing, so.
Right.
Why is there no
Because
spaces prior to that? Painted or, you know what I mean?
this is coming before us, that's in
Yes, I got
before
it.
another board.
New permit,
Another one,
it
yeah.
has to go by our current ordinance.
Right.
Got it.
Because like one of the concerns we have, and I know you're gonna have to deal with it with a tank, is check to see if all those tree growth around has not went in and damaged the pipeline.
You have all that already. You guys should have the whole thing of the gas has been inspected,
4%.
good to 2032.
Total.
So it's probably in his file here.
And we are going to, if this process finishes, we have Ted Hisson, who I'm going to actually borrow some money from,
Mm-hmm.
and his company is going to trim the trees and clean everything up for me. We already started. But he said, anything you need, is
Yeah.
cleaned up.
So if we can get a description of what he's gonna do on that project, so we have it on paper, we can,
Gotcha.
you know, I mean,
I don't know how long I can do this. I'm getting tired, you know, I mean, like, you
I
know.
understand.
you know, people can make promises, but if there's nothing on paper, you can't hold them to it.
Yeah.
You know.
But I would do it.
Well, I realize that, but it's better if we
It's gotta
have
be
it
done.
documented, yes.
Right, Gotcha.
Okay, that's a year old annual inspection permit.
Listen to everything. Get it all.
Good.
It's nice. It's a tough one.
Coming back to the parking spaces, 4% of the total parking spaces are handicapped and 1% for handicapped vans. No, but in no case less than 1 handicapped van parking space.
Well, we had handicap spaces at my, my
The
other
4%,
business.
And one of them has to be a handicap, for a van handicap.
Yeah,
If you're
that's not a
planning on putting 2, you should be really good, because you don't have space for 40.
Yeah,
So, but we need to see it, and they're gonna have.
I
to
got it.
label-
I got you. I got you. I understand.
Not seeing any fails. 8,000, 4,000. Would have any other questions? I'll have to pass this around. If anyone wants to look at this, is the DEP inspection of the oil tank.
What's the date on it?
It was inspected on September 7th, 2023. Annual inspection. I'm looking to see if there's a required date of a new inspection, because it does say annual.
I think it's 2032, if I remember correctly.
Anti-something job, that's all passing. Date of inspection. And of course, before you got your permit, everything would have to be finalized and approved through Rebecca. That is legal. That building we don't care about. That is letter of authorization. Anyone else want to review this, look at this folder? There you go. To be verified. Property lines of all properties abutting proposed development across the street or across water body together with the tax map. Okay, you got the new one that's updated.
Yeah.
And of course, you'll get,
I got a couple of them.
you'll
I
get,
gave you 5 of them last time.
yep.
Oh, there we go.
There she goes. Oh. The signatures. And the other one, actually, this one has a stamp on it, and so does this one. Oh. Notoriety.
This is got the land surveyor. I'm just trying to.
This one's on file, right? I mean, at the registry of deeds. Is this one also?
Yes, it is.
What's the date on this?
Just spin it around, take a peek at it. If that's the same as this one, it would be December 10th, 2004. It's a 20-year-old survey from the original
Yeah,
proposal.
right. Okay.
Have you asked the original surveyor if he has the full package he presented when they originally did the project?
No.
That would probably be a good idea, just so you have a copy and we have a copy. Because normally these things, these surveys prints are 8 to 10 pages long with a bunch of stuff, sightlines, elevations.
That doesn't mean anything?
This just says that at this time, this was true and accurate.
Right, and nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed except the things
Otherwise-
changed it from September 10th to September 11th. This was this was a birth certificate at this time.
Right.
We're just looking to make sure that this is still true and accurate.
So basically, what I'm getting is, I gotta do a lot of work.
It's not a lot of work.
No, it is a lot of work. I've been a lot of work. I'm tired of it. You know what? You know what, we're business.
You know,
Thank you.
we're trying to
Thank you for
help.
your time. I understand. And I just, I'm really frustrated. And I'm not gonna waste any more of my time.
It's a process we have to go through. It's a checklist we have to go through.
I understand
We
that.
wanna see
I
you
understand that,
succeed.
but is it worth my time anymore? I don't think so. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm frustrated.
I'm sorry you feel that way. And if you decide to move forward, please come back. We're here to help you. You know,
So basically, I need is the parking.
the parking, the lighting, more times than not, we actually require the lumens and the location of the light, how much light downward lighting is gonna be presented.
Pre-existing.
all those fixtures are either vacant or broken. You know, if you look at,
I understand.
you know, Sunny's or Irving's, not Sunny's, you know,
So we had some questions for you at the sidewalk too. You watched.
Yeah, and I apologize about that.
Because we could have ironed out some of these things before tonight.
I understand,
Yeah.
but it's just,
I mean, these records have to go to the registry of deeds.
Mhm.
You can't just scan in a 2003.
I understand, I'll think about it.
Yeah,
right,
I
because,
apologize. I don't, I'm not rude, don't wanna be rude to you guys.
no, I
I
understand.
just,
You know, what we want
I
to
get
prevent,
frustrated, and I can take my money elsewhere, you know?
Yeah.
If I gotta jump through hoops all the time. Bring a lawyer down here, it's like, I don't wanna do any of that shit. I
any
just wanna-
municipality is gonna be requiring very similar. And the last
Yeah,
thing
I
you
understand.
want to happen is a resident, 6 months, a year down the line, be going through something and going,
Figure something and then like.
that there's something that's
I
missing.
understand,
They come to us
I'll
and
think
then
about
you get into a world of litigation that we don't want to see you need to get into. We want to help you.
it.
All right?
Appreciate it. Hey,
Hey, good luck.
I don't,
Please come back to
don't
us.
want to waste your time, but it's.
You're not wasting our time.
It's interesting.
That's why we're here, is to get things done.
I just get tired of it, that's all. It's not you guys, it's just the whole world of the United States is a pain in the butt.
Good luck with you in all your endeavors.
Thank you, and thank you. Thank you so much.
So,
I'll take a look at it.
yeah, we'll put this on hold,
Yeah,
all right?
cool,
Sound great?
sounds great.
All right.
All right.
5:56. All right, so we'll place this on hold. Hopefully he will come back, finish the application, and we will have a wonderful little gas station, convenience store, and diner. Okay, moving on. Do we want to set the agenda for the next meeting? Julie, do we have anything?
No.
I didn't think so. Thought
We can always have coffee.
we could have coffee and donuts. Hold a workshop. Do we want to hold a workshop? Is there anything pressing or anything that we've been throwing out, saying we need to look at that comes to mind?
might be a good idea with, maybe brainstorm with Rebecca. She could, I mean, it could be a concerted effort.
I love that idea.
Ordinance Stuff. I mean, code enforcement, planning board, we're involved in the same.
Right. Anything that you are seeing that you said, you know, if the planning board could help me out with this, or things that like the planning board's throwing me under the bus with this, which is never our intention. Julie, we throw her under the bus all the time.
I'm used to it. I'm used to it now.
She drives the bus.
I do drive
She
the bus.
does do the bus, that's right.
So I would say that unless anything comes up in the next 2 weeks, that we plan on holding a workshop. That would be
What, when we workshopping, I wasn't listening.
Um,
I was writing.
just a general informational update. Call it a workshop, call it a throw it at the dartboard, see if it sticks session.
Well, we were supposed to get a new member.
Yes, and I remember during the interview that because of his work schedule, I thought he was coming, starting in September. Apparently, he's gonna be starting in October.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
I thought that what you said, Julie, last week.
Well, the email I got said he was starting today.
Oh. Well,
But
he
he
was
depended
voted-
on his,
The select board approved him, I think, this week, this meeting, yesterday's meeting, Tuesday's meeting.
No, it was back in August.
Well, I thought they mentioned his name yesterday.
maybe they just brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I,
Yeah, maybe it was.
in air, thought he was gonna be at the August, and it was like, oh yeah, he made it very clear that he was not going to be. All right, so,
There are a lot of inconsistencies in our ordinances, and we've addressed those before, documented them, and good fodder for a workshop to pick those up again.
yes,
But I feel like it's a waste of time because we can't change anything in the ordinance anymore. So
Since when?
we cannot, it has to be done through the, we have to get signatures and,
Ooh, no,
ordinance
no, no,
review
no.
committee.
No, no,
No, the
no.
ordinance doesn't count anymore. What's in the ordinance doesn't count anymore, it's what's in the new charter.
In the new charter, it goes through and it lists, and it also gives order of precedence in who can adopt and modify. And if you look in that section, you will see planning board / ORC, order of precedence. Planning board takes precedence over the planning or ordinance review committee. Because we are zoning ordinance, we are the ordinances where they are looking at all of them. Which means they can look at the dog ordinance, the leash ordinance and everything else.
I don't know, I didn't interpret that. You want
Yeah.
some way in?
Because I was looking at that a while back and going, because legal documents, order of precedence is huge. Kind of like the old firstborn takes precedence over. Anyway, so we can, and even if we can still make recommendations, and we can still review the documents that we have direct authority over.
Yes, we can make changes in the subdivision standards.
Mhm.
Subdivision standards
Yeah, so,
and
and this is not to downplay the
Street.
ordinance review committee. I think they have been busting their chops and doing a wonderful job.
Well, I think that as far as our next meeting is concerned, unless we have something come in to go on the agenda, we continue to the following meeting.
could do that. Kelly's not gonna be here anyway.
Right. Right.
So if nothing comes before, we just don't have a meeting?
Correct. Correct.
All in favor?
I,
That's good. All right.
Did we have a motion in a second?
I think this was an executive decision.
that was my motion.
All right, so,
Kelly
except,
seconded.
So we're pretty well set.
yep, now we need any CEO updates to us.
Not at this time.
Not at this time, okay. Well, that being said, we now have,
Can I ask a
Sure.
question? We had a thing that was going to the Army Corps of Engineers for over by Swan Pond. Was it Vernal Lane or Carrot?
Maxim's,
Maxim's property?
Next Moody.
Anything on that at all?
They are working on it this summer, and I'm just waiting to hear when it's done.
So they're finally getting things squared up.
so that's out of our hands now,
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
we can write that one off of my stack of outstanding.
Yeah, nope, that one is, so far it's all set, thank you very much.
Cottage Road is it?
Good.
Yeah.
Cottage Road, that was on the tip of my tongue.
It just flew in my head.
Just couldn't find it.
What about Cottage Lane?
Cottage Lane, it was that.
Oh, that's the
That's the
location.
Yeah,
And for now, Duke Lane is kind of on the back burner.
Yep, they're still postponed for what they're doing, they're
getting a
focusing
survey.
on their construction.
Duke Lane on hold. Anything else? All right,
Can I make a motion?
what's the motion?
Well, first of all, are we gonna elect officers or is that gonna be wait for another meeting or?
No, let's do, we have got 4 voting members, full members,
Yeah. I think it's time to move forward.
because in October, it's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
Because that's my other one of 4 meetings.
Yeah.
So I will move that we have elections and open the floor for nominations.
Nominate Kelly for chairman.
Do I have a second nomination?
No second.
Is Kelly willing to accept?
Doesn't matter. You have no say.
All those in favor?
I will accept the nomination or accept the position for chairman for the year 2024, 2025 begrudgingly. Any more discussion? Any more nominations? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Do I have a nomination for the vice chair?
I nominate Mr. William Signal for vice chair.
I'll second the nomination. Bill Single for vice chair. Do you accept the nomination?
Yep.
Do we have any discussion? Any other nominees? All in favor? All opposed? Congratulations, Bill. You're vice chair.
That's when you sit there and go, one of us, one of us, one of us.
Okay, now we have the position of secretary. Do we have a nominee or a volunteer for the position of secretary?
I nominate Cecile as secretary.
I'll second that.
We have a nomination and a second.
That was too quick.
Hey, this is called a railroad depot. Your name and your, Cecile, do you accept the nomination for secretary?
Yes, I'll accept.
Do we have any other candidates or nominations? Hearing none, all in favor? All
Aye.
opposed? Congratulations. Thank you, Cecile.
Poor Kevin.
No position.
I will help out with the minutes.
And he's now become the official
Actually
photographer.
made it.
And
That's what he is, the
That's-
photographer, yes.
sidewalk
Sidewalk.
supervisor.
Sidewalk supervisor, there we
You
go.
can nominate him.
That's just an appointment because the chair
Kevin's
has the ability
everything else
to,
guy, right?
and Kevin has been appointed sidewalk supervisor and photographer. Okay, with that, we'll close the nominations and elections. Done. I think we are all done.
Minutes?
Oh, yes.
August
Yes.
21st minutes.
Yes, we
Cisco
have.
worked hard on those.
We have the Town of Lyman Planning Board meeting minutes for August 21st, 2024. Any nits, picks, omissions, revisions, questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, do we have a motion to accept the minutes as presented?
I make a motion to accept.
Do we have a motion and do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes accepted. That's my copy. Thank you. There you go, Cecile. Nothing else to come?
I make a motion to adjourn.
We got a motion to adjourn. Any second? We
Second.
got a motion and a second and a third. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adjourn, 6:07. Well, I guess we'll see each other on first meeting in October then, unless something comes before
Something dire happens in the meantime.
anything can happen. And it looks like from yesterday's presentation, by the DEP, called Dig Safe, we have a couple of letter envelope openers.
Oh,
Good.